Different things contribute to the risk of children being harmed in organisations. The Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse identified 4 groups of risk factors. Understanding them will help you reduce the chances of harm occurring. The first is the environment. The space where children engage with adults can affect the potential for harm and abuse to occur. For example, children can be harmed if they can be unobserved in a space with adults who wish to harm them. Engaging a child in private conversation, online or via a phone, can also be high risk because, again, it is time spent alone with a child without the oversight of other adults. The vulnerability of the child. There are many things that can make a child vulnerable. These include cognitive development, age, culture, family background, and medical conditions. Where possible, adults should be provided with information about which children may require additional support at the time the adults become responsible for supervision of these children or young people. They should also be supported to recognise hidden vulnerabilities, as well as identifying possible signs of abuse. Propensity of the adult to abuse. It's difficult to think that another adult you work or volunteer with would harm a child. You know them. However, research shows that some adults pose a risk to children if they have an opportunity to interact with them. There is no typical offender when it comes to child abuse. When considering whether an adult would harm a child sexually, we should refer to the research about different kinds of offenders. There are determined offenders, opportunistic offenders, and situational offenders. Determined offenders are what we often refer to as pedophiles. They have a sexual interest in children and can be quite skilled at disguising their behaviour and manipulating others, including adults. Opportunistic offenders wouldn't normally abuse children, but if an opportunity to offend against the child presents itself and the organisation has a poor child-safe practice, they will weigh up their options. If they feel the perceived benefit outweighs the chance of being caught, they're more likely to abuse a child. Situational offenders typically have no interest in children sexually, but because of their regular and close proximity to them, the lines of appropriate behaviour become blurred. Organisational risk. Environments where the rights of children aren't prioritised or which do not empower children to feel confident, to provide input or share their concerns are more likely to be places where harm occurs. Organisations that don't have policies or procedures regarding adult interactions with children and which have a lack of awareness of the need for child safety are more likely to be places where children are harmed. You can address and reduce the risk of abuse and harm to children in your organisation if you apply the Child Safe Standards. See Understanding Risk Part 2 to find out how you can keep children safe from the risks described in this video. For resources to help you keep children safe in your organisation, visit the Office of the Children's Guardian's resource page, ocg.nsw.gov.au/our-resources.